Sometimes I dream translucently.
Well, I love you too, baby.
He's all alone.
Energy entered me and I'm ready for my enemies.
No, I have not spoken to you. Bang, bang.
I can still hear his cries.
But don't think this is about you though.
Give you the keys to paradise so you can dodge your fate.
I got my own crib, but I can't pay rent.
We don't gotta be poor.
I'm unable to cope.
I am not ashamed of who I am.
They got aborted because I couldn't afford it being too young and running wild.
Hey CCP, how you doing today? When I say CC, you say P. CC, CC. When I say drop the, you say Mike. Drop the, drop the. When I say I love, you say poetry. I love, I love. Give it up for drop the mic. Let's get it started. What's up, CCP? How y'all feeling today? So happy to hear that, and I'm also super excited about today's show. This is the final showcase for season 2 of Drop the Mic. Please give a round of applause for all of our student poets who made it to the top 10. Make lots of noise for them. So just like with our audition shows, we will have students come up and perform one poem. In each round, there will be 2 rounds of poems, so each poet will perform 2 poems today. And as with the audition shows, they will also have rules that they will have to follow. One of the rules is that they will be timed. The limit for each poet, every time they come up to perform a poem, is 3 minutes and 15 seconds. And if a student poet goes over the 3 minutes and 15 seconds, they will be penalized a half a point for each second that they're over, okay? And today we also are celebrating the fact that we are bringing to a close this season of Drop the Mic, which is an Emmy-nominated show. Please put your hands together for being Emmy-nominated. And to especially celebrate the festivities of bringing our show to a close for season 2 and celebrating in our own way, I'm very happy and proud to introduce our judges. Please give a round of applause for our illustrious panel of judges over there. Yes, please make lots of noise for them. So to introduce our judges, I'll start with the judge who is closest to the audience. This is Kevin Covington. Please make some noise for Kevin. He is a support coach in the Center for Male Engagement. And next to Kevin, we have Elizabeth Catanese. Please put your hands together for Elizabeth. She is a professor in the English department here at Community College of Philadelphia. And next to Elizabeth, we have Alicia Dantzler. Please make some noise for Alicia. She is a spoken word poet, and she is also a graduate of Community College of Philadelphia. And our judge at the far end of the table is DeForio Barlow. Please put your hands together for DeForio. DeForio is a testing specialist in the testing center here at Community College of Philadelphia. So are you all ready to get this started? Yeah. Let me hear you one more time. Are you all ready to get this started? Yeah. All right, so let's do a quick call and response. When I say CC, you say P. CC, P. CC. P. When I say drop the, you say Mike. Drop the, Mike. Drop the, Mike. When I say I love, you say poetry. I love, poetry. I love, poetry. That's what's up. Let's get it started. The poet on deck is Hazard, but coming to the mic, we have Jovan McCoy. Make lots of noise for Jovan McCoy.
It was good. I felt a little iffy about it because I remembered it last minute, but I felt good about it. It was a poem that I read like 2 years ago, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was basically his perspective from a boyfriend who had a girlfriend that he lost to anorexia, the eating disorder. So I did that, and I feel good about it. So I feel like I got my story across. Me and my girlfriend, we used to laugh at the dumbest of things, to the point where our abs grew tighter and stronger like the feelings we had for each other. We would laugh at the fact that we were both skinny. 2 toothpicks in a love tango. She was the skin to my bones, the vertebrae to my rib cage. We were 2 slim souls singing songs with our intimate heartbeats being the instrumental. 2 halves that made a whole lot of trouble, and the trouble we made a whole lot of sense. See, what we had was dangerous. 2 skeletons in love is bound to raise the dead now. My baby may have been thin, but her heart was thick, and it thumped with a thunder that cracked even the darkest of skies. And the lack of mass caused there to be extra room in between us when we hug. But when you have space, you can't help but add stars, galaxies, anything that shines beautiful to fill that void. She was my everything. Then one day she started to act different. She didn't touch her dinner nor me. She left us cold. Said she wasn't in the mood. Felt bloated, I didn't mind it, thought it was just a girl thing. Then she started not being in the mood a little too often. Bloated turned into fat. The sight of food would make her cringe. She started to treat breakfast, lunch, and dinner like she was on break from a binge. Her hugs got worse. Her embrace into my open arms turned into not right nows. Baby, give me a kiss, I miss the passion in between our lips turned into not right nows. You hungry, I know you're starving, you look like you need to eat. Turned into too many not right nows. My love was a hole that she didn't find interest in. She wanted skinny, Victoria's Secret model figure. I told her looking dead won't always result in becoming an angel. Those wings aren't worth it, baby. She didn't care. She just wanted a Voss water bottle body, and I said, just come into my arms, please. I just need part of you to hold, part of you to remind me that you're still whole, that we're still whole, that the gap in between my stomach and the caved-in space below your ribs is meant to hold our stars. I just want you in my arms. Just answer me yes. Because I'm done with your not nows, but now I know that your heart is just a hollow harmony that used to linger around the halls of your figure, and now that is just a faint tune whispering through the crescendo of the creeping through the cracks of your frame, and I still want to dance with you. Because I will love you either way, fat, skinny, thick, thin, anorexic, bulimic, malnourished, I'll nurture you no matter your nature. Just let me love each bone in your body. Give me 206 reasons to remind me why I'm still alive. We're still 2 toothpicks in a love tango, dancing to our sentimental heartbeats. Baby, don't leave me here dancing all alone with a ghost I used to know.
Jovan McCoy! Kevin, do you have some feedback?
Wow. I tip my crown to you, sir. I tip my crown, so you gotta make sure I do what I said I was gonna do. Great piece. I love the fact, and Alicia talked about it in a couple shows earlier, how we really appreciate poets who take the time to center themselves. They don't feel rushed, and then you deliver a piece like you did. Very well done.
Elizabeth.
I'm so grateful that you took on the topic of eating disorders in your piece. That was so powerful. I haven't heard anyone do that yet, and I think it's so important. I liked the beginning, how you had some more playful language, like 2 toothpicks in a love tango, and then it just went so deep so quickly. I was very moved by it.
Alicia.
I really enjoyed the poem. I think it was very well written, as well as the comparisons that you had in the beginning. I kind of wanted a little bit more energy from you when you first started, but you slowly got into it. It was a good piece.
And DeForio.
I thought your timing was really, really good, and your pace was really good as well. I thought the metaphors were perfect. You could really see everything that you were talking about. I thought you did a good job.
Thank you, judges. Please make some noise one more time for Jovan McCoy. So the poet on deck is Dream Speaks, and coming to the mic we have Hazard. Make some noise for Hazard!
Yeah, it's a lot like music, yeah. Nothing in general. It was just a bunch of words that rhymed, but it did the job.
Yeah. Y'all ready? You see, we winning. To you, this is treason, but I'm the reason your freak is missing. I get her wet like a sea exhibit, cause my whip is pimped out. You think I just seen exhibit. I exhibit symptoms of this sickness, but it's a gift that was given. I rip rhythms and put beats 6 feet deep, that's 72 inches now. Hazard, I'm the sickest, straight wicked. What I'm spitting will make you question your life decisions and even change your religion. Your story keeps switching, you need more revisions. I'm getting paid like a politician. Back then I didn't have a pot to piss in. Now I'm so fly, I need a flight attendant or some type of feathers. I turn a mic into some type of weapon. I'm so effervescent with the clearest message. A time bomb with several seconds. The light beckons, I can slice your tendon when I rhyme a sentence. More bars than a life sentence. A lot of scars from these life lessons. I reside inside the high section. Spit fire, I'm a pyrotechnic. A super saiyan that has just ascended. The fuck is you saying? I am way better. I'm just trying to make me some cheddar. I need the green that's blue and yellow put together. I hate lectures. I'm a ghastly specter on a nasty venture. Plus I'm ill-tempered. Wait, I just caused damages. I thought that we established this. Hazard is running this establishment. Trapping them sacks of the cannabis. Now when it comes to the game, I'm an analyst. When it comes to being fake, you're a mannequin. You're the type to switch sides like Anakin. I invade everything, I'm an American. I rock man like Aerosmith or Mega Man in Japan and shit. Arrogant cause I'm accurate. Barely miss when I grasp the fifth, it has a massive clip. My trigger finger has a massive itch, I'm trying to scratch it quick. Hazard keeps the peace like a pacifist. Leave you holy like an evangelist. Who's the best? It's unanimous. I am what the answer is. Sick as hell, my cells are cancerous, and my eyes look like I speak Mandarin, cause I'm too fried. You pussy niggas need your tubes tied. I attack every track with a brute's might and leave a bruised mic. Now when it comes to lean, I need a few pints. Throwing all this bread is a food fight. Kill them with kindness, I'm too nice. Inside her vagina for 2 nights, now let me stop playing. Causing mayhem with the harshest sayings. Ride or die, that's the ultimatum. Y'all niggas keep alternating and don't ever ride, you need an alternator. My strip bubble like it's carbonated. My bones are old, they've been carbon dated to the stone ages. I'm a lone maven, you're a whole saver while I'm a whole breaker trying to control this anger. The 8 blazing. I suggest you seek a safe haven. Pistol whip you till your face is caved in. Take the paper that you're making, now your safe is vacant. This situation was advantageous. Lift your assets and liquidate them. All these chains, all these whips is like I partake in slave ownership. Plus I'm rolling like a motorist. You've never known a flow as cold as this. I'm so remiss with a loaded clip. I'll unload it like a cargo ship. It rips through bone and cartilage. Turn your squad to some carcasses. I'm with your hoe, getting blown like old Nintendo cartridges. I'm not really with the arguing. I'm just trying to build something like an architect. I'm trying to kill something. I'm enthralled with death. If we cross, you'll be dead. That's just cause and effect. Hoe is off with your head, buzz saw to your neck. I don't give a fuck if you call up your friends. I'll give shots to your dogs like you call up the vet. I'm not impressed when you spit, but you're garbage at best. I'm as harsh as it gets. Yeah.
Keep your applause going for Hazard, everybody. Elizabeth, you have some feedback?
Yes. Very unique. Sorry. It's a very unique style. I sort of want to see it on the paper again, and I loved all the rhymes that you have in there, like American and mannequin. Awesome. I sort of want to use your poem as a way to get inspired for different slant rhymes and things like that. The pacing at the end was really cool with the arms and everything. Good job.
Alicia.
I think one thing for me is I know you're like very capable of taking so many things and flipping it and using metaphors and wordplay. I kind of want to see that though, taken with a specific topic and see how many ways you could flip it. That's what I want to see from you to an extent because I see that you could do the wordplay thing.
DeForio.
You remind me of DOS Effects. You ever heard of them? That's all I think about when I see you. So good job. I think it was just dope.
And Kevin.
Yeah, look, brother, you make a lot. You put a lot into that 3 minutes, man. And it was less than 3 minutes. We all, after you finished, were like, we were winded. But really good piece, man. Really good.
Thank you, judges. Please, one more time for Hazard, everyone.
Wonderful. Because they loved it.
So the poet on deck is Jody Yobro, but coming to the mic, we have Dream Speaks. Make some noise for Dream Speaks.
But the poem is basically about different stereotypes people have about people that they generally don't know. And they just automatically assume that they know their life. So they automatically say, oh, this person is this person's a stealer, and so on. So that's basically the gist of the poem.
Take a look back my way for a second. And in that second, you're already contemplating in your mind what I am and what I'm good for. or for how I stand and if I'm homeless. Or maybe that I had my second baby when I was 8 and my dad left my family when I was 8, and in these 30 seconds you've been looking my way, you realize I speak English just fine. And I don't have the intentions to kill you in my mind because I walk into your corner store slowly. My intentions are solely mine, and you assume that I think about you day and night and creep through your window just like the widow I am. But amazingly, I go to sleep at night thinking about a plan to become better than what you think of me, because in these 50 seconds I've been speaking, I've already smoked crack, overdosed on alcohol, and dropped out of school, dropped lower than your intentions, and now I have no purpose to you. But I'm a stranger in reality, and relatively, we have no relation. But in this minute that has passed, you put me in the category of no hope and aspirations, kindly giving my life back that you had no business analyzing anyways. Thank you.
Dream speaks. Alicia.
Okay, I really like the way you take certain topics and you tackle them. I feel like if you like pace yourself a little bit and then just like allow yourself, if you want to use your phone and read it and allow yourself to just naturally let it flow.
DeForio.
Yeah, I agree with Alicia. You were okay in the beginning, and then you kind of lost your place and you used your phone. I don't think that the use of the phone lost the impact of what you said, but it kind of showed that you were a little nervous from that. All right.
Kevin.
Another great poem. You definitely belong here, so the nervousness, just let that go. Once again, you come, and it's funny that you did this poem, because anyone I think looks at you would never think that you'd have this insight, these deep thoughts in poems. So just keep them coming. I love it, and just relax. You're here. You belong.
Thank you. And Elizabeth.
I love that it was addressed to another person, and that framework of the time is really incredible. It's a really creative poem, and I think you did a great job with it.
Thank you, judges. Please, one more time for Dream Speaks.
It was all right. I was super nervous today. I'm not sure why, but the poem went well.
So the poet on deck is Sharmira, and coming to the mic, we have Jody Yobro. Please put your hands together for Jody Yobro.
Guys, other people gonna feel it. And when other people feel it, they're gonna tell other people, and that's gonna help you get out the hood. I'm Jody Yobro. It's a story about my Aunt Kim. So my Aunt Kim would always come around and ask my mom for needles, till we found her in the bathroom, eyes rolled in the fetal. We blamed it on my mom because she supplied her with syringes, and we tried to get her clean like a sink full of dishes. Sink full of dishes always made my mom ramble Aunt Kim in the bathroom getting lit like a candle. Candles burn like the L when the light's out. If the well hot, I'ma grind till I wipe out. She so holy like them killer wells you couldn't tell. I should have listened, man. She say she done with Mel's. I used to smell, she know my signs, just feeling like she Brel. No Helen Kell one night she want like Catalina clientele. Her eyes were glassy and the glasses on the table full. And empty bottles turn models too, I hope she cool. And she'll mute your turn up if you're loud, not good. But homie, that's a hood. That Jones corny. I lost it. It's like, me kick one. It's like airplane mode because I write when I'm high. And I remember broke nights, I was wishing I died. This before Orange Slices had went in my grill. No, way back when Mom started taking them pills. Same time I skipped school and Mona asked me to chill. I'm 15, I'm a fiend for that thing in her jeans, I gotta get in between. Mona, what is you asking? I got that. Jimmy for the brain just in case you blast me. Gigi couldn't walk, I took them trips to Acme. It's wreck rackets, mama, can I get a jacket? Packed it in my backpack, it's eat sneaking school Arizona bottle at Pompeii with the lava pits. And if they want to play, I'll show them drama clips. Drama with your mama steal it from the market. Hey, that's just how it is. Got a Target, BJ's like super storage. Chicks want my tape like they still got a VCR. And if you dissing, mention me, chicks, cause I done rolled more subs than these Temple kids. I mean, your rib like Eve, I got that chopper in the trunk if they would like trees. With Elm Street. I'm Jody O, bro.
Jody Obro. DeForio, do you have some feedback?
Yo, bro.
I lost it a little bit.
Don't worry about that. I think that what you started out with was good. It was about to be really, really sentimental, but still good, and I think you should have kind of kept up with it or either memorized more of it. Right. But for me, your name says it all to me, so I'm good with that.
Right.
Kevin.
Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
Yo, bro. Yeah, it's like the Forio said, that piece, even at stopping, it was like a dramatic piece for the audience, for us listening. And we weren't really sure that it was a part of it or not, but it was a great piece. And then the second one you followed up with was nice too. Right. But just, get comfortable with what you're about to perform and just let it go, right. Bro.
Elizabeth.
I actually thought the two pieces worked nicely as a hybrid. The style and the themes had some overlap with the.
So you peeped it. You peeped it.
What's that?
You peeped it.
Yeah, I thought it was good, and I liked the beginning with the glass and the glass, and then the giving the needles and sort of all the work that you did with that. It was very powerful. I thought overall a very good performance.
Thanks.
And Alicia.
I think sometimes when you take on like really personal pieces, it's really hard to get up on stage and actually let that feeling go. But with that being said, I want to challenge you to actually try to get up and do it and let it go, because that's some of the most natural feelings and emotions that you're going to elicit from that piece, and just let it be.
Indeed.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Jody Obro.
Performance was just, I don't know, got me a little shaky. That's all. I'm gonna come back better the second round.
The poet on deck is Dwight, and coming to the mic we have Sharmira. Please make some noise for Sharmira.
You make me sick. Just to think there was a time when you were my everything. My 1, 2, and 3 night stand, I ate you out every night. And your fishy smell didn't bother me none. Your zesty scent made my nose detect something spicy and naughty was coming my way. Your micro thighs was so sexy to suck on. Your black beady eyes told me that you didn't like lying. So your skeleton laid over your white meat hard and still. It was the color of the sun when it is setting. Dark and stained, red and hot like the passion we shared and the pain you left me with. You used to live by the shore, where you crawled in the ocean, where it was wet and relaxing. But your home with me is in a sea of my saliva. I dipped you in butter and you greased my cheeks every time I got a taste of your meat teasing my tongue. You dangerous creature to nature. Your body had curves like the smile you gave me. You were sharp and feisty just the way I liked them. I just wish we could get those moments back. Those late nights when I would lay your stiff body in a bubbling jacuzzi of Old Bay when you were hot and ready. I would lay you down on a brown thin bed, dressed you in hot sauce, devoured all the juices you had to give. Your thin meat tastes so good. I was good to you. But ever since that night you poisoned me, I can't trust you no more. You did me dirty, and I ate you good that night. You left my body itching, lips swollen, and eyes looking like the face of the fish you swam with, bloated and ugly. You insecure bastard, always hiding in your shell. I broke you out of that position. Dug deep in you, so all the shit you hid inside was gone. You had a lot of shit with you, but you hurt me deeper. For years, the poison you hid under your skin implanted its way in my nerves, and my throat swelled whenever I swallowed you. It felt like you attempted to kill me every time I wanted you inside my life, and I wasn't dying at the age of 14. So it's been a while since your scent lived on my lips and fingers. I miss the way you taste, baby. But there's more fish in the sea that won't let me drown. So stay in your shell and watch me find some scales. Thank you.
Keep your applause going for Sharmira.
Sometimes you get a little nervous, too nervous on stage, and it's hard for you to think straight, but I think I overcame my energies.
Kevin, do you have some feedback?
There's levels to this, and with that piece, it's what it represented, but then you could kind of take a bit and piece of it and apply it to a lot of different things, and I love the way you performed. I like the piece. Complicated, but yet at the same time, very simple, very approachable. I could go on and on and on, but they tell me I talk too much on here, so I'm moving on.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, I love how genuine it is. I get sort of mesmerized when you perform, and then I forget to take notes about what I'm going to say. But I thought it was really powerful, and I think again that you do characters so well.
Alicia.
I like this piece. I mean, it's really dope, especially the way you perform it. I kind of missed the way you performed it when you initially, like when I first heard it, because it was so much energy and it was just like, and it was like funny and theatrical. So just bring some more of that energy back to the piece.
And DeForio.
Sharmira, I don't know. I'm speechless. I was in it from the beginning to end. I think this is why you won last year. You know, it's great.
Thank you, judges. Please put your hands together one more time for Sharmira.
I feel good. Again, I feel relieved. So I have one more round to go, so I'm excited for the final round. Usually, you end with a bang.
So the poet on deck is Van Johnson, and coming to the mic we have Dwight. Please make some noise for Dwight.
Dear Kyra, at an early stage in life, we are subconsciously taught that there are some things that we should not indulge in and that we should not indulge in our indulgences. We are also taught that what we shouldn't and can't have is unobtainable. Well, like eager children do, I made a myriad of mistakes. I indulged in all the candies and cakes, and I was never the one to savor sirloin steak. Therefore, I can never fathom what was great. I only knew Pop Rocks gave me stomach aches. Well, now, the Pop Rocks of my early adulthood are women, and then stomach aches equate to heartaches, and then we partake in heartbreak. For our sake to relate, we must fillet each other's inner indulgences. Give me what I shouldn't have. Give me what I shouldn't have had. Hadn't you gave me what wouldn't be what was bad. Lust should not remind me of Pop Rocks and women and why I can relate to inner indulgence feelings. I didn't believe lust would be an adolescent adversity, and I damn sure didn't believe love would be found so easily at a university, but I digress. Hearing that particular L word come out of my mouth often makes me gag. Back to the letter. That early stage in life is like that early stage in lust. Teach me subconsciously teach me that this lust cannot con this science, this biology, this chemistry we have subconsciously, but not consciously, because honestly, we both can't constantly be bothered with these early lessons in life, love, and lust. Just don't trust that fuck you met, and don't fuck that trust that hasn't been established yet. But wait, we've already had sex. We've already skipped too many steps. What's next? Go ahead, guess. Well, since you can't conjure up a conscious opinion, I suggest we try our best. Try to make it work. Because honestly, it hurts not to be able to have any type of relationship to or with you. Whether it be for life, for love, or for lust. Sincerely, yours truly.
Dwight.
I feel like I aced that piece. I didn't mess up. I didn't choke on stage. I feel like I performed it exactly where I wanted to and how I planned to.
Elizabeth, do you have some feedback?
I really like the letter format. I was just talking to my colleague Kate Sanchez about what a great form that is for poems, addressing it directly to a person. That was great. Moving the candy eating, the playfulness of that to the pop rocks relating to you or the speaker in relationship. I also love that quite a bit. Good job.
Alicia.
I really like the nostalgia of the candy references as well, and make you feel that, that giddy feeling that you get when you're a kid, and then you see that it's not all that great for you. And also just the way you took your tone and you were just like slowly talking to us, and it wasn't all this hype, but it was just it was real.
DeForio.
I like the way you pace yourself when you deliver your piece. The tone of your voice is really good, and I think when I listen to you, I think of a storyteller constantly. Every time you come on stage, it's always a story that's going to be told, and it's going to be told in a very eloquent way. Good job.
And Kevin.
Yeah, I do. I like the tone as well. There was a certain point in the piece where I couldn't hear exactly what you were saying, so just kind of watch that in terms of relation with the mic. But also, like DeForio was saying, you do have this storyteller essence about you, where you're not talking down to the audience. It's like everybody's captured. You've captured everybody's attention, and definitely don't lose that. Good piece.
Thank you.
Thank you, judges.
The judges told me that I have a very good storyteller presence, and I feel like I just realized what they mean by that, because each and every one of my poems always has an extended metaphor that you necessarily won't actually peep until you relate the beginning of the poem to the end of the poem. So I feel like the fact that the judges told me that they love my tone and my voice and my storytelling presence really gave me some insight to where I want to go with my poetry and, what I want to do with it and how I want to perform it.
Put your hands together one more time for Dwight. So the poet on deck is Ills Wills, and coming to the mic, we have Van Johnson. Please make some noise for Van Johnson.
Before this is all said and done, you gotta promise me something. So I want to say that. Okay. I'm sick. Nah, for real, I'm sick. Y'all gotta bear with me. I'm not feeling too good. You could blame it on my lifestyle, but I'm not talking about the condom breaking. It's my decision making that's got you mistaken. I mean, look at all the chances I've taken. It wasn't until I got on my Bane shit that's when people started to ask, who's that man behind the mask? V. I told myself become legendary before the cemetery, because God was the wind that flowed through every one of my choices. As time went by, he taught me strong words deserve voices. Goals required patience, and in between time, life will never make sense. But it will make love and give birth to hate, give you the keys to paradise so you could dodge your fate. I mean, show you beautiful things your eyes are never meant to miss. Feel the temptation crawl after love's first kiss. But please wait, don't forget about the hate crimes, the drug times, the best stories ever told by angels in prisons. Kids forced out of fantasy into a cold world full of decisions. And life's just speeding by now, it's ticking on the clock while you're striving to be somebody in a world that doesn't stop. The struggles of life hold love so close, the memories will become art. A picture-perfect reaper coming to wipe your tears before they drop in this never-ending story until your heart wants to stop. Oh, that promise. Promise me when we die and these papers fly, each good deed will be recognized. No man or woman will be criticized. Can't you sympathize? We were just trying to stay alive. I mean, writing out lines only to bring company to empty spaces. Although we change faces, we can never change places. This is poisonous food for your thoughts. It doesn't mean I don't want you to taste this. We have stolen, committed adultery, killed, lied. Could you embrace this? This life you gave, most of us hate this fake shit, this cold place. This world I live in is controlled by a white man with a green face. That's it.
Van Johnson.
I thought I rushed it a little bit, but it went well. No, but yeah, I think they got the message clearly. I feel like it hit home in their own personal way. I think somebody can relate in any way they feel and they're going through.
Alicia, do you have some feedback?
Sure do. I really love the way you get on stage and you address the audience. You address the audience, you address the judges, like you're looking directly at us so we know we're with you. And your flow the entire time, you keep it bouncing, so keep up the good work.
DeForio.
Nobody could tell that you were sick. Every night is the same performance, and every night, sick or well, you have to perform it exactly the way you did. Don't make the announcement, just kill it.
Kevin.
They call him Van because once you jump in, you never know where you're going to go, but you always going to be happy. You like this? Yo, become legendary before the cemetery? What? I'm going to copyright that, man. Good piece, real good piece, man. Always good performance.
And Elizabeth.
Yeah, I thought it was an excellent performance. I wonder maybe if there could be a little bit more personal information, details or experiences in the poem to give it that grounding as you're making the other commentary. However, I thought you did an excellent job.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Van Johnson. So the poet on deck is Torian Cutton, and coming to the mic, we have Ills Wills. Make some noise for Ills Wills!
The poem was about teachers and just in Philadelphia, my schools, growing up, is the way that we are taught is kind of crazy, our system. So that's what I just wanted to bring to light, and also to bring to light a little bit of relationships for people my age, the things that they go through.
So you say that you deserve a queen. This is because you are a king? If that's the truth, the only problem is you lie about everything. And women just as guilty. This is why I'm not surprised by anything, not even thinking about husbands when they iron wedding rings. So what you think is gonna happen? It's like a comedy in the making. It's like a Tyler Perry play, just without all of the singing. And so I ask, have you ever been to jail before? Have you ever been in love? If you haven't, just know that both of them is rough, but only one is easy breaking up, out. You see, I thought about that one for a while. I thought about that one when I was breaking up with the lady that was the mother of my child. They got aborted because I couldn't afford it being too young and running wild. You see, I say it that fast because I'm not that proud dad. But it's not that many out there either. I mean, yours might have made it through the fire, but it just landed into ether. So please, sir and ma'am, don't twist up your face. You do the same damn thing every day when you tell your kids to get the fuck out your face. So what's worse, being a bad parent or being afraid to have kids because you never had parents? They say it's bad children. I only think it's bad parents that act very irresponsible and just lack caring. You know, priorities effed up. They only worried about a parents instead of worried about little Clarence. They worried about the next Clarence. But we're gonna need some interference. Now that I got your attention, like Adderall and Ritalin, Fresh told me to mention schools and teachers, and the teachers in schools, and how I got my education from the streets, because they don't teach us in schools. Plus the teachers, they don't live by the schools, so that's the disconnect. They only worried about the tests when the text is just keeping us fools. See, I attended Pepper Middle, but only went for the food and couldn't sit still for the math 9 lessons. So they suggested medicine to put me back in my stool. And my mother, bless her soul, but she thought it was cool, and now I'm sitting in class drooling with the rest of the students. But we focused. No, spiritually extended our growth, because instead of children exploring, we just sit and watch shows. See, they would make me go outside, and I'd just sit on the steps then, when usually you would see me, only when it was time to check in. But that was then when I was outside with a best friend. Instead of being inside lying dormant because they want to sell medicine and the parents, they bought it. But what I don't understand is, how can you grow to be a happy man when, as a child, you hinder his ability of enjoyment? Now, we can take it even further, like the teachers are the dumbest ones in schools. Because if they thinking that they teaching, then they really have been fooled. No, fuck it, forget it. The next time your kid comes home with homework and you start guessing, just remember that they probably go to the same type of school system as you. And even if you got all A's at they age, somehow you still can't remember the lesson. No, remember there's lessons. And after this, if there is any questions, my answer is going to be, yeah, pretty much all yeses. But it's not all yes, it's pretty much our guess. Kind of what they told us to do with our tests. They never told you to mark all C's. Well, shit, in 8th grade, that's pretty much how I got all B's. So if you hating, you can hop off these. F you, piece. But I got one more piece for next week. In the meanwhile.
Ills Will! DeForio.
Yeah, 100%. I'm done. Yeah.
Kevin.
What am I supposed to say after that? Yo, ill. wills with the skills to pay the bills. Damn, that's it. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Okay, Elizabeth.
All right. So I have some things to say. Here I go, saying things. I love that it was a critique of the educational system, and I thought it was really well done. I was I am a teacher, and I was still hanging on to every one of your words. I thought you had really important things to say, and I liked your pacing as well, how you sped up, and then you said the reason why I'm speeding up is because I'm not proud of what I'm saying here. Like, every moment of your piece had a purpose for it, and it was wonderful.
And Alicia.
It's so much that I could mention about this piece, but I'm not going to. I'm sitting here nervously looking at the clock like, please don't go over, because it's such a dope piece and I don't want him to get penalized. Like, it was really dope the way you just took so much and incorporated in this piece. What was this at last week? Like, good piece, good poem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, judges. One more time for Ill's Will.
I got all thumbs up, and the crowd was feeling it. So.
And our last poet for round one of the final showcase of Drop the Mic is Torian Cutton. Please make lots of noise for Torian Cutton.
First poem is about like how I like this summer a lot of people died that I knew, or some people I didn't even know, but there was just a lot of people dying around me, and I was just like, and I was contemplating religion. I was like, I wonder where did dead people go, because I'm not really all that religious, but like I was really contemplating religion just for the fact the people I really cared about actually they believed in the afterlife, and I hope they actually did make the afterlife what they did believe in.
Dear God, I almost never contemplate religion. I don't believe in you most days. Today isn't much different from the others. I was told to believe with the same faith little children believe in Santa and Easter bunnies. Wholeheartedly, with as much innocence an anointed sinner could possibly give, I tried. Not for you to deem me as a testimony to stand the test of time. Instead, 5 times for the number of bodies I seen not make it through the summer. Hearing triggers being pulled at the sight of people that look like me are now more triggering than the bullet itself. Blood splattered on streets as if poured for libations. Dear God, I'm contemplating religion, only to believe their spirits crawled in one of the crevices to the heaven you so-called handcrafted just for people like them. God, if you're real, let me know my hope is withering just like the households they were taken from. Dear Buddha, God hasn't responded to the letter I sent him while 3 more hashtags appeared on my timeline. I sought the 4 noble truths, hoping one of them would be the answer why they aren't here right now. I meditated, hoping to be awakened to the knowledge to see where dead people go. The ones I miss, the ones I don't, the ones I knew, the ones I didn't, the ones I loved, cried for, the ones who got no reaction from me. Did they reincarnate like you said they would? I hate this is all I have to fill the void they left in this world. Are they here right now? Will they see this letter? Will they hear this poem? Do they know I never wanted to write this? Buddha, if they don't come back, can your teachers at least put me at peace before pieces of myself are left to pierce the piece back together? Dear Satan, it has gotten harder to meditate. God still hasn't responded. Do you know where they're at? Did they make it to heaven? Are they right next to you? If they are, is hell really as bad as everyone makes it seem? Can you tell me they're okay? I've had too many sleepless nights writing because I know people won't make it to the next night, even if they do the right thing. Dear Six God, out of all the last people I've written to, you're the only one I'm sure exists. I'm running out of options. This is far from a joke. It stopped being a joke when I started getting stronger visuals of young people like me, candlelight visuals. I just want answers. How do you mourn for lost souls? How do you cope with death? Do you really feel immortal at times? You think you wrote enough songs that you would never have to worry about someone singing them at a eulogy for you that comes way too soon? Do you know where your dead homies are at? Dear Father, I don't come to you much either, but I know you can relate. Where did your childhood friends went? Dear God, I came back to you because everyone else comes back publicly with stronger beliefs and prayers, because I was told to believe a little harder. I'm trying, but I still see people dying while me or you still haven't came up with a solution. Everyone just protruding through the confusion, eluding us, never finding one. Dear someone, are you still begging for a life that you know won't come back? Dear anyone, can you just tell me
where my niggas at?
Keep your applause going for Torian Cutton. Kevin, do you have some feedback?
I do. Typically, when you're reading from a piece of paper or a phone, it usually slows you down. But you were able to engage and give us the emotion, and you went high when you need to go high and went low when you went to go low. So the only advice I would say is, maybe try to remember this piece, but you just showed how it didn't really stop your flow, and it's a really good piece.
Thank you.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, another letter poem, and I loved. It was so creative that you were shifting between spiritual leaders, etc., and changing it. That kept it really engaging. It rooted us in the poem, and it created a kind of comedy, but there was also the real seriousness underneath it.
Alicia.
I agree with everything that both of them just said, and it's ironic because when you went the sixth guy, you're like, to me, I'm like cracking up, and that's the only person you see, but then it's not a joke. Like, so it was really dope how you kept flipping these things.
And DeForio.
Religion is a serious thing, and people need to understand that, but also make light of some of the jokes about religion, and I think you did a good job with that. I think my favorite part of it was the anointed sinner line that you used, so I thought it was a good job. Very creative.
All right, thank you. I feel pretty good, even though I read, and I was just like, I think I did like what I needed to do, because it was like I told my story, and I told what I felt people needed to hear. So I felt pretty good overall.
Thank you, judges. Please put your hands together one more time for Torian Cutton, and please make some noise for all of our poets today. They did an amazing job. Please give it up for our judges. And that brings round one of the final showcase for season 2 of Drop the Mic to a close. Please join us. For round one. I'm already messing up. And that brings round one of season 2 of Drop the Mic to a close. We are super excited to see what our poets bring for round 2, so please join us. Everyone, have a great evening. Thank you so much. Please give it up for our judges, for yourselves, for all of our poets.